We may do a swatch smashing episode and smash this one. We're not going to smash the ones from Peter and Andrew. We never do that, but maybe we'll smash this one. We're back with the phones.
And we're back with the phones and the Birkenstocks. No socks today.
Wow, and I actually noticed in the rewatch of the last episode, you had a little line. Did you invent that? Socks and stocks.
Socks and stocks?
Did you invent that?
I didn't. I can't take that.
Okay.
No, people have said that.
I looked at it and I was like, oh, wow, that's pretty cool.
Socks and stocks is like, yeah, I think it's relatively common.
Like, what are you wearing today?
Yeah, socks and stocks.
Right.
Yeah. All right. We're back. Episode 22 of Normalize Talking About Watches with Nikki C, Captain Cann, Mr. MC, Nikki C, DBC.
I was the MC until all of our microphones and equipment stopped working, and now you can be a complete, absolute amateur and do exactly what we're doing now.
We are amateurs, which is cool.
I was going to say, we had a little bit of professionalism with these guys, but now we've lost them.
Hold on, we can still bring them back.
Yeah. For show?
This does nothing. But
it does nothing.
Here it is. And myself, Joe. And we are happy that you're here because we're happy to be here. It's 8 a.m. on a Tuesday.
Tuesday, as
I like to say. Look at you. I'm rubbing off on you.
Yep.
Before we get rolling, just because we're both wearing repeat customers,
yep.
I got on my El Numero Uno today.
Beauty.
The old graduation piece. The Sea Dweller. Someone the other day, one of your friends said they didn't like it on rubber. And
they're not my friend anymore.
No, they're entitled to that opinion. I'm curious what everyone thinks about putting a watch on rubber versus keeping it on a steel bracelet.
Well, you're not getting rid of the steel bracelet. So.
Well, you're not getting rid of it, right?
Yeah.
But just wearing it on rubber.
I think it's
just makes it sportier to me. That's my philosophy. It makes it sportier. I like it because it seems more versatile with a t-shirt on.
I agree.
And I have plenty of other steel banded watches.
I think that without me being redundant, I think that's the way you gotta feel about it. Is if you have other options, rubber is a good play.
Right.
I also think that watch looks awesome on rubber. I think
agree.
They should have offered it. They are sneakily trying to offer it, basically with the Yachtmaster. It's not. It's not a Sea Dweller, but they've created that look. It's not like we invented the idea of putting rubber on a sub. The Yachtmaster looks like that, and I think it looks really good, which is why we know multiple people with that setup. Shout out Matt.
I will have at some point. It might be in 10 years, or it might be in 2 years. It might be I don't know. At some point, I will have a Yachtmaster on rubber.
Yeah, that's a sick watch. And Matt actually has his sub on an Oyster Flex, like an actual Rolex Oyster Flex. So that's pretty badass. And that's a watch that, I wouldn't be surprised if it came out at some point. From factory.
Really quick, didn't Matt, I might butcher this, so I could be wrong. He can correct us in the comments, or he can just tell us and we can revisit this at some point. But I am pretty sure he had to do some manipulation to his sub. So he took Yachtmaster lugs to be able to put it on an Oyster Flex.
I think I know the details.
I don't know.
It's it's the pins.
So he put Yachtmaster pins.
He had to get either Yachtmaster pins or Oyster Flex pins. One of the two. I'm not sure which one is which. Either they're specific to the watch or specific to the bracelet or the band, but they're made of white gold.
Okay.
So they're expensive. And that was the thing. He was I had to go in there and literally, spend, I think it was, this is the number I'm really not confident on. He had to spend an amount of money that for these little tiny, if you know what the pins are, I can try to put a picture up. A watch pin, it's it looks like a safety pin. It's the smallest little metal rod. But I think in the Rolex world, they're white gold.
Okay.
So I think he had to actually spend a little bit of money, but that was the only way that it was going to work.
Right.
So he had to he committed. Whereas that is from Rubber B. Yeah, but where is it from?
Rubber B.
Rubber B.
This was a gift from you.
Yeah. So Rubber B though, Rubber B, shout out, because they make a plug and play option in a bunch of colors, and it looks, in my opinion, it looks just as good as the Oyster Flex. People will say it's not as comfortable because it's not set up the same. Oyster Flex has that little, they have those little cushions in the inside.
It looks the same. It definitely doesn't bend the same way that an Oyster Flex does.
They have those
and
little
it's not quite as integrated.
Right. It's like almost there,
Right.
but it's not perfect. The Oyster Flex watches also are like everyone says that are the most comfortable watches of all time.
I've worn a couple of them.
I've never worn one that fits me.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
So that Daytona I got to wear at one of the watch meetups that we did.
Yeah.
It like fit perfectly.
See, that one didn't fit me. It was a little too big.
Yeah.
And that watch has to fit perfectly. You can cut I think you can cut the...
You cut the Oyster Flex?
I think they come in...
Or you just adjust on the clasp or what?
I think you can cut them. But I could be thinking of the Aquanaut. I know the Aquanaut from Patek, you cut it. Yeah,
you need to cut it.
Yeah. You cut it and then you put it... You never see the cut because you cut it and then you tuck it in the butter. They have butterfly clasps, so it's a little different. But you cut the one side, I guess, and then you tuck it back into the metal side of whatever, the one butterfly, and you never actually see the cut side. So you'd never know, but then it's cut for you. That's why they sell the replacement. Like John Mayer flexed those. Remember, he was like, this is the first time anyone's probably ever flexed a watch strap because he had the green Aquanaut strap.
And they don't make that anymore?
Well, I don't know. I think it was just hard to get, but it was uncut. Right. So it was just a new one.
Uncut.
Yeah, it was an uncut Aquanaut.
Because it's like worth like $2,500.
Yeah, it was like stupid for just a piece of green rubber.
That's so silly. Yeah.
Classic John Mayer, just inflating the watch market. Probably went up in value after that.
Now it's worth $5,000. Thanks, John May.
Yeah, appreciate it, dude.
We're going to talk about him later. But what you got?
Day.
Is that your El Numero Uno?
It's up there. The other day I told someone it was the root beer, and I think that was my gut reaction, so I think I'd have to say
you gotta stay with that.
That's my watch, you know?
Yeah.
I don't wear this as often. The root beer I wear all the time.
Right.
And I don't know. In my opinion, my favorite watch is the one I wear all the time just because that's like the subconscious watch I'm picking.
That's an interesting thought.
That is an interesting thought.
Because my number one is this, and I don't wear this the most, I don't think.
Here's an interesting thought.
Although I have worn this the most.
This could be the topic of the podcast that's unplanned. I think we just got to roll with it. What makes a watch your favorite watch?
Well, I think we've maybe touched on a little bit of this in the past, but it's completely relative, right? For me,
I guess.
For me, it's
for you though.
100%. 100% for me, it's Sentiment.
Okay, but you got a couple Sentimentals in there. So what about that one versus your Pulsar,
right,
and the Citizen? What about that one that's more sentimental?
It was for me. It was mine.
It was bought for you.
It was mine.
That's a good
reason.
Right?
And the others, the other two like massively sentimental pieces, my Pulsar and the Citizen that I have, like they both have they're extremely valuable to me. Like almost
But they're
priceless.
not. They weren't for you.
But they were. They're priceless and valuable to me because they bring me memories of like my dad.
Right.
And
so
and it's like a cool sentiment to make me feel like I'm wearing that like piece of history that I feel like he wore at at certain times, right?
Yeah.
It makes me think about those times, which is cool. But this one is like El Numero Uno because I mean, dude, this was like the craziest gift of like ever.
Yeah, it was bought for you at a time, like a big time in your life. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I agree.
Like for me, that sentiment carries what makes a watch number one for me. What does it do for you? What is it for you?
I'm thinking about it now. I just don't have any sentimental pieces except for my first one.
But yeah.
But like I was never given a watch, or I never was handed down a watch, or I never got a watch from someone. So I think my definition of it, right, is the watch that I think I can wear the most, and I like the way it looks the most. That's what I think the root beer is the best looking watch that I have, and that's why I like it. And that's pretty much it. And I think I can wear it every single day with everything I have. That's my definition, because if I look at all my collection, not one of them is like sentimental except for the first one I bought.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't call it my favorite.
See, there's like so many watches that I absolutely love wearing. Like I love them. I love them.
The way they look?
Everything about it.
Right.
I could wear it every single day. Like my all black GMT. I could wear it every single day, all day.
I could wear that watch every single day, all day as well.
Oddly enough, that Seiko. I could wear that thing every single freaking day.
You have been?
Yeah, I could wear that thing every single freaking day.
Tell Jack.
Jack. Mr. Carlson.
Joe's been wearing that watch a lot.
Wearing it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some serious miles.
dude, I mean, I like wearing the Swatch. I couldn't wear that every day because it does piss me off when I hear the ticking. This was still pissing me off right now.
We may do a Swatch smashing episode and smash this one. We're not going to smash the ones from Peter and Andrew. We'd never do that, but maybe we'll smash this one.
I like that one.
I like it too, but it's
let's like find like a resale Swatch that's
yeah,
$10.
Smash
one. Yeah,
what they're actually worth.
It'd be really fun. But yeah, I mean, there's watches that I wear all the time.
The miles on
that
I
don't think I would be heartbroken or think twice about getting rid of.
Right.
There's certain watches, like there's 3, maybe 4 watches in my collection that I cannot get rid of.
Right.
I cannot.
Well, from that watch event, I think we already talked about this too, but a guy at the watch event had, a box of 20 watches, all very high end. Breitling in the corner that was his dad's. Never wears it. Favorite watch. So he's more in your boat.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess maybe it's how your collection starts.
Right.
Which mine started just out of interest in watches, and I got one. And yours maybe started by being gifted one and then realizing the value in it and how special they can be and wanting to do that in your life / collect watches in general.
Well, I think
I wasn't introduced to them the same way, which maybe affects your whole collection for life.
It does, but I think the whole inception of my love behind watches was wearing my dad's watches.
Right. See,
and they were never, it was always interesting. It was a Citizen.
So you wore them.
He wore not the ones that I wear now.
I know what I'm saying. In high school, you go to a wedding and it's like, hey, do you want to wear this watch?
Right. Or I would be like, hey,
that's cool. That's different.
Because my dad always had one nice watch always.
Right.
And he had a couple other watches, like some Citizens and stuff that looked, when you're in middle school or even high school,
anything looks cool.
A metal watch is sick. Yeah. Right. And
anything that's not Velcro.
I remember I bought I was in high school, man. I was maybe a freshman or a sophomore in high school, and I bought this Sterling watch off Amazon. Mm-hmm. Have you seen those?
I've heard of them. I don't know exactly what they are, but I've heard of them.
I don't know exactly what they are either.
Yeah. But janky, probably.
It was so sick.
It just looks cool?
It was the coolest watch ever.
Is it metal?
It was it looked like...
Does it look like anything? Just for reference?
Skeleton, no. No.
Okay. Did it look kind of like a Rolex or kind of like something?
It kind of, in a way, looked like a duo from JLC.
Sick.
Yeah, skeleton.
Maybe that was your first JLC.
But it was
experience. It's foreshadowing.
They did have some original design to them, but I think they're $200, but it was a lot of money to spend on a watch for a high school kid with no freaking money to his name.
Yeah, no, that's a lot of money. That's still, that's a lot of money.
So I bought that watch, and then I would wear. My dad had this Citizen Eco Drive that I would wear all the time. That had this really, really awesome brown gator strap on it, and it was this chocolate dial, and the Eco Drive was sick because it would charge in the sun.
Oh, that's cool.
It was this. It was just cool.
It's a quirky little watch.
Yeah, so that started getting me into watches, and I really liked it. And then
that's good.
My dad he had 2 watches from, he had 2 watches that he had gotten in China, that were fake.
Oh, because he was doing work there.
Yeah, that were fake, and
Rolexes.
One was a Rolex and one was a Breitling, and I used to wear those all the time.
Just rocking a fake Rolex at 10 years old.
Yeah. Oh, they were so sick.
That is funny.
They were really good fakes.
Yeah, sure.
The Breitling.
Sure. I would love to do an episode on that if we could get. If anyone has a fake Rolex, we saw one.
But you got to find a good one.
Yeah, well, good fake. I would be interested to just for you guys to see how crazy, scary it is, how good they are.
Yeah, so it'd be interesting. So I was in the Bahamas in 2013, and we went looking for fake watches or fake bags and whatever. My buddies, we wanted to buy, the Gucci slippers or, a bag for their girlfriend
Canal Street
or whatever, right?
New York.
Yeah, and so we get into this fake store, and the guy's these are really fake.
Right.
And they're watches, and they're these are all $50 to $100. He's these are fake, but real. And they were $400 to $1,000.
That is hilarious.
And they were almost flawless.
Yeah. I mean, dude, we went to Dimitri one time, and they had someone, I guess, had brought in a fake watch just to be like, hey, I found out this was fake. It was from a completely different scenario, or it was handed to them, gift, whatever. They wanted them to just like inspect it and see, and they took it apart in front of us. What did it say?
Well, I remember exactly.
I don't remember, so I'll let you finish the story.
But we couldn't tell when we were looking at the watch.
No, they showed it.
They even
now
said,
I know
Harrison
what to look
even
for.
said, right? He was like,
now I know what to look for, but still that one was a really good fake.
It was a good fake, but you opened it up and it was it was a Chinese movement or something like that.
If you know your movements, which I don't, it was very obvious to them. Like,
on the inside of the case back, so the back of the watch, you opened it up, and on the inside of it, it had printed. So they went through some effort to make this.
Well, because all the insides of all of these are printed, right?
Yeah.
It sounds like with something, the serial numbers or whatever.
And it said made in Switzerland.
Oh, that's what it was. Switzerland. Like, they went through that much effort to just kind of like throw it in your face.
It was engraved on the inside of the case back, which
was so funny.
It's such a, I don't know what the word is, but it was funny. A parody on
it's like a parody. It's like, we went through all this effort to make it look real, but here's our funny little thing. Because at the end of the day, I mean, I'll speak for myself, but I've never opened up any of my watches, right? So for them, if they know that data, which it sounds like they do, they're probably like, hey, we can tuck something in here that's funny that at some point they'll find out, but like, they're not going to find out when they buy it. You're not going to open it up in the store. Yeah. Or when someone gifts it to you, you're not going to go, let me open up the watch. But some people would probably. I mean, so a really big watch, if someone gifted me a watch, I probably wouldn't go, this is fake. But if someone was trying to sell me a watch, I would probably investigate a little bit.
You really gotta, you either gotta really trust people, or you gotta know your stuff. I mean, you also, more than just trusting people, like somebody could have gotten screwed.
Well, that's what happened. I think that's what happened to this person. Was like, they were just like,
he bought a fake watch.
I don't know. Yeah, it was like he was like, something happened where I think he was so bummed. That's why he was like, just take it. Like, I don't want it. Use it as an example and show people that this is bullshit that they make these. I mean, it was a black sub, right? It was a sub, wasn't it?
You're going to test my memory too much there.
I think it was a black sub, and they pointed out a couple things that, like, for you out there, I mean, these are just off the top. The attention to detail that Rolex shows is basically second to none in the watch world of their price point. Like, obviously there's people like that finish their watches flawlessly. Some would say better than Rolex, but basically, the long story short is like their numbers on the bezel are all the exact same font, the exact same thickness. The word Rolex that's etched into the case is flawless. And they were basically showing us on this fake one, there was like the L was a little bit thicker than the E should, and like that little, they were like, basically, if you find one minor imperfection, it's pretty much a lock.
The magnification of the date.
Yeah, exactly.
Is a specific magnification, and like
and how it fits in the window.
If you've seen it enough times, you know when the magnification is wrong.
Right.
And that is like one of the hardest things to get correct.
Yeah.
Is their magnification.
There you go. So there's little things like that will be dead giveaways, but you really got to know your shit to find them, which sucks because
when I was
a big purchase.
When I was a kid, I used to think that Rolexes didn't tick. Like, I thought they had like a perfect sweep, to them.
So close. But not
like Grand Seiko does.
Yep.
And, so like I used to think like every watch that I looked at, I thought was fake because they always had these ticks.
Yeah. And you're like, nope,
slight
doesn't
ticks.
sweep.
But in reality, they do tick.
If you look really close,
there's a slight tick.
It's a smooth
tick, but there is a slight tick. It's not this perfect draw like Grand Seiko has.
Sweeps beautifully.
And I've never seen another watch that draws or sweeps like a Grand Seiko does.
Funny you mentioned that because I'm trying to think. I don't remember now, but I wonder if they are capable. These fake watch makers, if they're capable of making the, let's call it, sweeping tick or whatever, that good. I don't remember looking at it. Like, are they able, do they have some kind of technology that makes it look as smooth as it is, but it's not? Because like long story short about the sweep and the tick is obviously it's very difficult to get it to time up to be plus or minus like 1 second or whatever Rolex markets, which I think that's what it is. Plus or minus a second a day or something is how accurate the movement is. So I wonder if they have some kind of tech that gets it like plus or minus 2 or 3 seconds where it's close enough that you don't notice it. I don't know. Like I wonder if they tick.
I don't have the answer.
Yeah, I wish we could have a better experience, but I also am glad we haven't been crushed by a fake watch.
Well,
that's why you buy them.
Trust your dealer.
Yeah, trust your dealer. Not you don't have to worry about. This is a great example. This is no box, no papers, gold watch. Mm-hmm. It can be it's
fake as shit.
Yeah, it could be very obvious, or it could be very easy to fake this because you could gold plate. You could whatever. There's actually the fakes of this are like 14 karat gold instead of 18. It's way cheaper, and then they charge you. You pay the 18 karat, which is what Rolex made them as. And a lot of people will snipe these as 14 karat bracelets because I think they did that at some point. Someone call me out or confirm, but I think they did 14 karat gold bracelets. So people will be like, "Oh,
why go through so much trouble to do a fake watch?"
Because I just make a little bit of money, and not care about your rep. People are ruthless.
People are ruthless. All right, we got a quick topic today.
Yeah.
I posted on our Instagram story last week when I was going to a concert, and I was like, "Hey, I'm wearing the Seiko. I think it's going to be my new concert watch." And it brought up like an interesting topic because we got, a couple dozen responses on Instagram of what people determined to be a good concert watch or what they preferred to wear as their concert watch. And I just thought it'd be cool to kind of talk through a couple of those, maybe throw them up here as we talk through them, or
if we can, if they got specific enough.
So there's a couple that are specific enough, and a couple watches we don't know, and this will just be a quick little segment. So one of the first is, and it actually popped up twice, is Casio. Casio was one just like mentioned.
I agree.
And then the other was a Casio alarm chrono.
Casio alarm gold, chrono in gold.
Which is from the best DJ in Charleston. DJ, God.
Wait, so I'm sorry, the chrono.
Big Tom Callahan.
Yeah, but the chrono.
That's what it says. Casio alarm chrono.
Aren't they all
gold?
Yeah, well, I guess that's I never heard it called that. I thought all of them have like a timer.
I mean, we're gonna find it. We'll maybe get a picture of his.
I think I posted it on Instagram today. It's what Nicole has.
No,
it's not that.
He doesn't have what Nicole has. I don't know. We'll find out. I'll get him to send me a picture of it.
Cool watch. I think hers is cool. I'm sure this is very similar. I've seen his.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I agree with that because it looks awesome, but if someone were to steal it off your wrist,
that's right.
No big deal. Which I think is where
it'd be hard to replace. They're hard to replace.
Yeah,
they're not. You know what? You're gonna have to pay a premium to replace it, even if it's
a couple $100.
Yeah, if you're not
couple $100 premium, I think. Right?
Exactly. Yeah. So that is our buddy DJ Callahan's pick.
Yep.
As well as a couple other people's pick. I have seen him DJ in that watch, and it does look sick on the wrist when he's DJing.
It's like vintage, but like
vintage,
cool,
modern vibes, digital. It's cool.
It's very
sick.
Cool.
It works.
I would put that into just the cool factor watch. Like it's one of those watches that I feel like I've seen like celebrities wear.
Zlatan.
Yeah, okay, exactly. Someone who's got $100 million in the bank wears a $500 watch, and it's got a cool factor. It's like a true watch enthusiast watch, which is funny. We'll have to add one or give one away. That'd be fun.
Yeah,
we should
love to give it away to myself.
Yeah, I'll give it away, and Joe will be the winner of the giveaway.
That's right.
How about that?
Speaking of giveaways, congratulations to the winner.
Yeah.
Because at this point, when this releases, Gaither will have a man and his watch on its way to his house, and we'll just talk about that really quick.
What was that? Oh, your bag.
That was my backpack. It fell.
Autographed by Joe.
We're not going to autograph it, but
autograph a piece of paper that will be in the book.
He is a very loyal listener, and he's super active in sending us ideas and stories. Send us some really cool stories, and maybe next episode we'll try to share a couple of his stories. But he's always using some of the stuff we talk about to engage with like a couple of his clients and customers, which is really cool. He's telling us like family stories. And so it felt right that he would get the Man in His Watch book. And so I hope you enjoy that, bro.
Congrats, brother. We're going to do another giveaway at some point. Not right now, but we will do. I like them because although they're small and like quaint little audiences that are part of it, it's still fun to like get people involved. And typically it ends up in us having a new relationship with someone / that person getting something cool.
Or just rekindling. I mean, Gaither and I, we grew up together in Hickory, right? And we never knew that we both could connect on watches.
Right.
Just like you and several other people from your hometown in Wilmington.
Haven't talked to in years, and all of a sudden they're popping in the DMs like, oh, I love me one of those. I'm like, what?
That's cool.
Watches? Yeah.
That's just it's just some of the point of this. Like it really is. It's awesome. So
yeah, it's working. What we want out of this podcast is stuff like that.
100%. We are community builders.
Yes. Give me a couple more.
While we have some time. Seiko ! Was a very common response. There's 4 Seiko !
Wow.
Which
from people that aren't
just
the same.
4 different people. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming they're saying they love Seiko for concert watches, or they're saying you're wearing the Seiko again.
Right.
Why are you continuing to wear this watch?
No, I think they're agreeing with you.
That's because it's sick.
Yeah. I think they're agreeing with you though.
Okay.
Because I think, I'll let you tell it, but like explain what you feel a concert watch is after you give them all.
Let's do a couple more and then I'll do that. So sub on rubber, that was that's a great choice. It makes sense because
on topic
of what I think a great concert watch. One part is you get a little loose at a concert, you're dancing around, you might whack your watch on something, and if you have rubber, you're not worried about it.
Yeah, your margin of error of hitting anything important is very slim.
Yeah, you're good. You're not going to gash up your band, etc. But if you did gash up the band and you remember that it was from the 1989 Bob Dylan show,
right?
Like it's also a cool memory.
I agree. Shout out Matt. He slices up his Daytona.
That's right.
But they're good slices.
Weirdly ironic because Sub on Rubber came from Matt.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, classic.
So this is a watch I don't know what it is, and we'll have to put it up there maybe. Early 2000s, Tag Heuer WK2117, the most recent pressure-tested beater. I have no opinions because I don't know what this watch is.
I appreciate the intricacy of that response.
I love this response because now it's going to cause us to both
figure out what it is.
Put this up here.
Yep.
And I wish we had a picture of it already so that we could talk about it, but we don't.
We can't live Google.
And we're not going to live Google because we were very tight on time.
And we're working with our phones on this recording.
And our phones are recording this. So, but the early 2000s Tag Heuer WK2117, the most recent pressure-tested beater.
So funny how intricate that is.
I love that response.
There we go.
Is apparently a phenomenal
concert watch.
There you go. And then the last two. One, the John Mayer G-Shock.
Agree.
Which also falls into my area of what I believe a concert watch is. And then this is probably my favorite response. Well, for other people, the white ceramic AP. Which I believe is a reference to John Mayer.
He plays
in a white ceramic AP on stage, which
such a baller play.
You could have taken the concert watch to be two things, going to a concert or
if you're playing
if you're playing in a concert.
Yeah, keep your eyes peeled. John Mayer or Ed Sheeran.
Yes.
If you ever
maybe Ed Sheeran wears a white ceramic AP as well.
He wears everything. They're both known for I don't think that there's a situation where you're gonna see a performance by either one of those two guys where they're not wearing something ballin'.
I agree. Keep audio rolling, but yeah.
Already back.
All right, and we're back. So
that could be a concert watch.
Yeah, so what I determine a concert watch to be is the ceramics really interesting. So what my thought on a concert watch is like I think that you go to a concert, you're dancing around, you're having fun, you're probably gonna have some bevies or something.
If you're 21, of course.
If you're 21.
Or 22.
Or 18 in some countries, because we have an international following.
Right.
So,
one.
You're going to maybe get a little loose. You're going to have some fun.
You don't want to
be like, especially if you're at a really big crowded show.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to be wearing something that like someone might try to take off your wrist or steal from you.
Which, unfortunately,
in my opinion,
is happening.
Right. And I'm becoming more and more aware of theft in the watch world.
Right.
Which is a very scary thing.
Yeah. Because people are willing to do ruthless. I've seen people getting shot for a watch, right?
Like, bro, I'll give you a watch,
$10,000.
right?
Yeah, just take it. Don't shoot me.
But the ceramic, so and I guess in that breath, right? Like, I think I resonate more with the Casios and the Seikos and even the sub on rubber, like something that is, like a super cool watch to you, but like it's okay to like kind of bang it around a little bit or throw the wrist around and get a little loose. The ceramic watches, even if you're not on stage like John Mayer and them, they also work.
They're durable
because they won't scratch. Yeah. Now they'll crack if you whack them really hard.
Which, that feels like a tough day.
But I feel like you'd have to really whack it to crack it.
Say that again.
You'd have to really whack it to crack it.
We're going to clip that.
We'll just whack it, crack it.
Yeah.
Whack it.
Oh, that's a funny. You and your rhymes, dude. Socks and stocks. Whack it to crack it.
But, I mean, I feel like it would be the same as cracking the crystal on a watch.
Probably.
Like, you probably would have to hit it really hard on something, and that's just bad luck.
I don't really know anything about them. I'm not sure. I think you can scratch the black Tudor. I remember they were like they were very cautious about.
I don't know.
Taking out the pushers when I got the bracelet changed out.
Right.
Because they were like, you can scratch this, but I'm not sure. I don't know.
I don't think ceramic scratches. I think it cracks. I have no idea.
I'm going to make sure I don't hit mine on anything, though, just in case, because I don't want to crack it. That sounds awful.
Yeah, don't crack it. No. You don't want to crack it. I'd be interested to see if you can scratch it or not. Maybe to comment on it. I don't think you can scratch ceramic. I think you can only crack it. Nick thinks.
Well, I think there's a difference between this. I think you can scratch it, but I think you can scratch the different ceramics. Like, I think the ceramic bezel that's on like a sub, I think is a different ceramic than on, like, my Tudor has a flat ceramic. Mm-hmm. Like, almost like it looks like it's uncured. Yeah. And that's why I say I think you can scratch it. I have no idea, but I'm thinking that it's just it's a different type of ceramic.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I'm not either.
I don't know. We'll find out the answer.
We'll find out there, but
we probably got
a quick. Yeah, we got to roll.
Yeah.
A quick segment on what we think concert watch is. We had some nice engagement on Instagram.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to kind of revisit that because we didn't get a chance to. A lot of people like repost stuff.
Yeah.
On Instagram, like every time, like, and share responses and like pictures. It was Father's Day weekend. I didn't get a chance to do that.
It's all good. We're addressing it now.
Yeah. You were busy. I was busy. So, anything else you want to discuss real quick?
No, I'll put that on Instagram, I think. The topic about shorts.
Oh.
Short and sweet.
Well, just give me a quick synopsis really quick.
What do you guys think about shorts? We had a friend of the pod recommend doing like short form content on YouTube/Instagram where it's like, basically the suggestion was, what watch are you wearing that day? Instead of posting, basically another way for us to get a touch point with the viewers, instead of just posting a photo of the watch on your wrist, doing a quick little like set up the phone on the table wherever you're at, informal, not as proper as this, and basically saying like, I'm wearing this watch because of this. Today I'm going to a concert. My concert's tonight, but I'm not gonna be able to make it home, so I'm wearing the Seiko to start the day because I like this watch. The Seiko is collaboration with Rolling Blazers. You give a quick little like, this is the watch, this is why I'm wearing it. 30 seconds, post it out to the world. Just to show people what's going on.
Do you think that needs to go? Do you think that's like to you guys and to you?
This is my question. Yeah.
Do you think that's a YouTube thing, or do you think it's more of like an Instagram thing like I did on Friday?
I think it's both, which is YouTube has the shorts thing now. Yeah, you're useless. Yeah, useless, Mike. YouTube has the shorts now. So people, you can you could take that Instagram video and just throw it up there. My thing is I don't watch the shorts. Yeah. Like when I see like the people I subscribe to on Instagram post a short on YouTube or subscribe to on YouTube, I don't watch them.
Yeah.
Do you?
No.
So
I don't.
Maybe that interesting. But Instagram, I
Right.
think we could be. We're trying to figure out how to be more active. Well, I was in this conversation. That's how this came up. Like, how do we put out more content without? It's very hard for us to find time, as we've mentioned a million times. I don't want to beat a dead horse, but it's not easy for us to block off time for this.
We create time.
But yeah, we create time. So to put out more pieces of content in an informal way that doesn't take as much time, what checks that box? That's an open-ended question to the audience, I think.
I saw just a really quick thought. I saw a post from someone I follow on Instagram, and they said, to say I don't have time is to say I don't want to.
Wow. I think that's a good way to end the episode because I got to go.
I do too. So, hey.
I might get that tattooed on me.
We make time for y'all because we want to.
Yep.
And we love this. So
absolutely.
Like the show, share the show if you get a chance. Congratulations, Gaither.
Congrats, Gaither.
And I think we'll talk to you guys next week.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to a show in Boston and I'll share some watch stories if I have any. And hopefully
what your concert watch is going to be.
And I'm going to wear the concert watch, which is the Seiko.
Oh, yeah, you have to wear it.
Yeah, that's my concert watch.
Also, you may have a great story because we won't spill the beans, but the person you're going to see.
I can spill the beans.
All right, spill the beans.
I'm going to see Dead & Co.
There you go.
And old Johnny May is going to be ripping it at Fenway.
He could be wearing.
Oh, I'm going to try to snipe something.
Yeah, he could be wearing something He could be wearing something that you see for the first time in your life. You know, there's
100%.
a good chance. There's a good chance.
100%.
Which is cool.
All right. Y'all are awesome.
Adios.
DGC is awesome. Peace.